Katie Nolan's leaving ESPN. She wrote a tweet where she said, "I've thought about sending this tweet for weeks. I still have no clue how to make it not make you all roll your eyes," she said. And she went on to say, "Alas, the obvious thing has happened. I no longer work at ESPN. I'm grateful for my time here. I made incredible friendships and valuable mistakes that she said she learned from, and wish her luck in her career." Nolan's move from Fox Sports to ESPN was celebrated in media circles. However, despite having a contract that paid her $1 million a year, she was never really featured as much as she probably should be. And this is a growing trend you're seeing from ESPN. You're seeing a lot of popular on-air personalities. Katie Nolan, by the way, is one of those very popular on-air personalities. She, in my opinion, was one of the more talented people on ESPN for a very long time that I wished I saw more. I wish that she had her own show that was featured more prominently because she was funny, she was energetic, she actually broke things down in more of an analysis-based argument instead of just, doing what normal people on ESPN do, which is just make emotional responses and yell into the mic, which I do sometimes from time to time. But hey, she was different, and she stood out in a field of people who just tended to be very much the same mold. Like, there's a lot of people at ESPN who just kind of do a very similar thing, and they dig their heels into one stance or whatever as far as sports go. Like Cowboy Stephen A. Smith, he hates the Cowboys. That's his entire personality on a lot of segments. But she was different, and I like that. And with her leaving now, and her having the problems that apparently it looks like she did, she talked about mistakes in there, and I'm sure ESPN, a company that we know, especially over the past few months, has made a lot of mistakes, and we know have made a lot of mistakes in the past. I think this is troubling for ESPN because Katie Nolan is arguably now the hottest free agent there is as far as sports in sports broadcasting. I think Katie Nolan could go to FS1, she'd go back to Fox and be really good. I think Katie Nolan could go to CBS and maybe become the face of that network, that sports network, rather. There's a lot of things that she could do that I think she would be successful at. But for ESPN, this is troubling because we saw a lot of people leave. We saw a lot of people from the NBA coverage leave this summer, a lot of talented people. And we're seeing like these mass exoduses. They let a lot of people like Dan Le Batard a year ago go. And it seems like ESPN again has just doubled down on this whole debate culture, this hot take culture of sports talk that has really made a lot of people reductive in the way that they view sports, really made a lot of people dim and just not being able to really see what good sports is or break down sports because they're not really seeing it from ESPN, which was once the worldwide leader in sports. Now it's just not what it used to be. Like FS1 does what ESPN does, but better. Undisputed is a vastly better version of First Take. Vastly better. It's not even close. Like, I would much rather hear Shannon Sharp, a person who actually played sports, talk about sports than I would Stephen A. Smith or whoever else they got on there. Even Max Kellerman. I would rather hear Shannon Sharp than Max Kellerman. And that's a problem. I would rather hear Nick Wright than a Max Kellerman or a Stephen A. Smith. I would rather hear Chris Broussard talk to me about sports and about basketball especially than some of these other people they got on there. And that is an issue because ESPN started from a point of so much power as far as what their influence and what they meant to sports talk. And now that power has diminished vastly. And look, Fox Sports has invested a lot. They've invested a lot of money in getting people like Colin Cowherd, Skip Bayless, locking them in for years to come, and making them the faces of that network and really building a brand there and adding pieces like Joy Taylor and many others. But that is also on ESPN. Those problems are also on ESPN. So ESPN should be concerned, and if you're somehow a fan of ESPN, you should be concerned because the shows are basically the same. They're all just reductive versions of First Take that are actually not even as good as First Take, and that's the other problem. So how do you fix it? You fix it by not just doing debate all the time. And even if you're going to do debate all the time, don't make it just a parody of something you've already done in the morning. You know, like make it something different. Make it make arguments. Have the people really make arguments. Don't just do it for clicks, because that's all ESPN does right now. Is they're doing everything for clicks or whatever. And a lot of times they make emotional arguments rather than statistically accurate arguments and based in that. And people, they don't like to hear that. And the people who do, they become the toxic people in sports that no one likes to talk to. So there's a lot of problems at ESPN, and this is honestly a microcosm of what's happening. Because if you're gonna drive someone like Katie Nolan away, man, your network is in for a lot of hard times. As the American dream, Dusty Rhodes will say, hard times, Steady. Um, but yeah, a lot of different takes here about this one. Thanks for watching this video from Real Take Sports Talk. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. Also remember to check out our live show every single Thursday at 8 p.m. right here on the YouTube channel. And remember, keep it real.